Hi and welcome back to my channel, and in this video I've got some great tips for you for how to be more productive and get more of your community interest company work done. So I know when you set up a CIC you've got so much to do. You've got social media marketing, you've got applications to apply for, you've got all of your admin work. There's so much to do when you're setting up a business and you've got to do that all yourself. So I've got a couple of tips in this video to run through with you to help you smash through those to-do lists really easily. So before I get into that, please hit the subscribe button for everything to do with community interest companies and also fundraising and getting other income streams in. I try to make things easy for people, and this channel is full of information to help you get forward and grow your CICs. Now, if you are interested in joining my membership, it's just £1 to try for 7 days. Highly recommend it. It has grown to something really quite amazing now, where we are offering so much in there, and I'm going to be telling you about some of those features later in this video. We have masterclasses, we have resource library, we do regular events, we also do body doubling workshops, which I'm going to talk to you about in this video. So that aside, let's get into the video. So tip number 1 is body doubling. So body doubling is a concept that's come out over the last couple of years. It tends to be linked to the ADHD community because people with ADHD recognise that they tend to have what we call task paralysis or low motivation, or really struggle to get jobs done, like admin tasks and stuff like that. Or it might be even cleaning your house. And what they found is if somebody came and just sat with them, they would then do that task. So to have somebody come and body double you, they don't have to help you. Just them being there means that you're able to then do that task. It's a really, really effective way to get stuff done that you don't want to do, that you yourself would put off. It's a bit like when you go to the gym, and if you go to a gym class, you're more likely to do all of the activity. Whereas if you go to the gym on your own, it's like you do a bit, it's like, oh, I'm tired now, and you don't put as much effort in as if you did if you went with people or you did a class. So this is a really common concept that's been going on, especially with the exercising, and that whole the whole fitness community. That's something that they've been practicing there. But I think now it's coming a little bit more into sort of different forms of work. And I think a lot of that especially has been relevant after COVID, where we all started working from home more. And I think that we all recognise that actually maybe we're a bit more productive when we worked in offices, when we work with people. Whereas when you're at home and you're doing things yourself and you're on your own, it can be more difficult. So I have now started a CIC body doubling workshop in my CIC Tribe. So we're now going to meet on a Monday morning at 10 a.m. and a Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. So these are going to be 1 hour sessions where me and my other CIC owners, that all the students that are in my membership, we're all going to get together and we're going to spend an hour together. It might be that people just join and they just smash through their own list, or it might be that they follow me and do some tasks that I'm doing. So the kind of things that we might be doing in that hour might be things like scheduling a whole month's social media content. Fantastic. 1 hour, whole month's like social media done. Things like sending out loads of emails to partners and all that kind of email admin that you've got to do. It might be planning your workshops for your CIC, listing all of your events, doing your marketing, doing your evaluation work as well, and your other admin. So these are things you can do in like 1 hour chunks that you can do with us when we're body doubling on a Zoom group. So that's going to be new to the tribe. So that's a really great feature. So do go ahead and try that. So tip number 2 is batching. So I have found this is a really good way of being able to get through tasks that I hate. So like social media marketing, I don't want to do it every day. I find it too difficult. Even with these YouTube videos, I've started to batch them. So I'll do now a whole month's worth of YouTube videos in one morning. And I just find that so easy because you use the schedulers. So most social media platforms have a scheduler. So you can actually target things to drop at a certain time. And you can do this with everything. You could write a bunch of blogs, like think, oh, okay, right, I'm just going to spend this week, I'm going to write all the blogs for the next year, like a blog a month. So you write 12. Write all your blogs and then schedule them so you don't have to think about it again. So you don't get these big gaps in work. So it's a really good idea. The other things you can schedule are your social media posts. You can't schedule things like stories, but you can do a lot of your posting. So you can make sure that, when people go to your Instagram, your CIC Instagram, they don't see that you haven't posted in 6 months, which is so easy, isn't it, to let things slip. So why not do a batch content and actually schedule things? You can schedule things for about a month, but you could also file them away. So if you wanted to have more content for more than that, you could file that away, and then the next month you then upload the next load of content. So you could make content, more content, have it in a file, and then just schedule each month. Then another thing you could do is use AI. So use your ChatGPT or whatever AI you're using to be able to come up with your plan for your social media. So just ask it, give me a plan. So get it to give you plans, get it to give you the captions and the hashtags and all that. So you can just copy and paste things over and schedule things. Makes things super simple. So batching was my number 2. Number 3 is basically a to-do list. I know that sounds like really, really obvious, doesn't it? But if you actually plan things out and you write those to-do lists, don't write them too ambitious, make sure they're realistic. But when you write those to-do lists, actually think, what is my priority? So you could write a to-do list with a million things on it, okay? But that isn't necessarily useful. It can actually overwhelm you. What you do is you write it and then you think, right, what are the most important things here? And often we can actually get rid of most of our to-do list. You could outsource it. You could streamline things, like I said, by batching and stuff like that, using other techniques. Or what you could do is prioritize the most important things, the things that are going to have the largest impact. Prioritize those. Try to outsource some of the other things, streamline them, automate them, try to get rid of some of those smaller admin tasks. And there's so many ways you can do that. For instance, I know with my Wix website that I use, I've now automated, so every time anyone buys anything on my platform, it automates the invoices, so I don't have to write them. So automating things like emails, invoices, all of that stuff, try to get automated systems, because automated systems just streamline everything and it gets more of your to-do lists out of the way. And then following on from that, of course, we have got outsourcing. So what could you outsource? What could you maybe get some volunteers in your CIC to do for you? Or is it worth actually thinking, well, do you know what? I'm actually going to pay someone to do that because it would take up too much of my time and my time is valuable. So sometimes it's about thinking, okay, I need to pay someone to do that. And make sure you factor that in when you do your budgets. So when you do your budgets, make sure you factor in some admin time, get an independent evaluator to do your evaluation, get that stuff out the way, pay someone else to do some of that stuff as part of your budgets so it keeps your to-do lists down. So I hope that video was helpful and I hope to see you over in my CIC Tribe membership.